Welcome back, everyone. Woohoo! You know, when you hear that sound, we have Michael Henderson. We're on the air with Michael Henderson. He's the owner of Tapestry Insurance Group. We're live on Facebook, so say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show later on.
Yeah.
Michael, what is going on in your world today?
Same thing. Feels like the same thing as every day.
Well, you know why? Because every day's a Medicare day. Let's talk about why that is every day's a Medicare day.
Yeah, you know, well, we just got through annual enrollment, which ended in December. So people are reeling from that. Most of us agents, anyway, are. And people are now, you know, finding out kind of the plans that they're on and things if they got enrolled through somebody or whatever. And so we're fielding phone calls of. We just had a person come into the office today that she says that her plan got switched without her knowing it. She didn't know she was on a plan, so we're going to get that fixed for her. So yeah, it's just, you know.
So there's a lot of people who are going to the doctor. It's the first of the year. A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
Some people are finding out maybe their doctor's not on that plan, or they got a new prescription already, right? What happens with that?
Or well, and even some plans went away from 25 to 26. Some people were on a plan that won't be here or is not here for 2026. So they have an election period to get on a different plan still. But yeah, sometimes we can help people because there's multiple election periods, as we've talked about before, and then sometimes people are stuck till the next enrollment period. But we don't know until we talk to you. So give us a call.
Now I want to talk about you.
Yay.
Is that okay? Well, first of all, Michael, you are the seniors advocate, right? And one thing that you've said time and time and time again when you come on here, not just about the education, because you do that a lot, but also it's so important to speak to somebody local.
I really believe that. I believe so. You know, we work in Medicare and insurance, specifically Medicare space is what we specialize in. You know, it's a people business. We're not selling a stereo system that you can shop online for and things like that. There's a lot of information online about Medicare, but everybody's situation is very personal. Not just your health situation, but your financial situation, and it all comes together to what I believe helps us find the right plan for somebody. Which is hard to do when you're just looking for yourself. It's hard to take all that into account.
It's hard to know.
Or you're doing it over the phone. That's really hard.
The other thing is there's so many alphabets in the Medicare soup.
There are.
And this is a recipe. It really is, if you think about it, for the seniors. And every single person out there is an individual who has individual situations, right? So when we've talked about this too, you help the entire Southwest. And what you do when you speak, you'll either speak to Michael or you might speak to your assistant, your office manager. But you also can service the entire Southwest. And tell them what you do about that.
Yeah, so we have agents all over the country actually, but we specialize, you know, everywhere in the West here and Southwest, and so. Because I do advocate for somebody to speak with a local agent, we will get you to somebody local. So if you're calling our office here in Mesa and you live in Prescott or you live in Tucson, we're going to connect you with an agent in that area that lives in that area, that knows the market, that knows the doctor networks, things like that. And that's really hard to get over the phone when you're, you know, for somebody that's trying to do plans all across the country. I mean, we know a lot of the plans, but we really want to get you with a local agent if we can.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, you do have to leave a message. That is something we've talked about also. Please leave a message.
Every time. Yeah, we have what's called permission to contact in our industry because it's designed to help reduce predatory practices. I know a lot of you that are on Medicare were getting 10 to 15 calls a day from call centers out there. That's not the right way to do it. But
if you are, hang up.
Yeah, but but no, leave us a message so we have that permission to call you back.
Right. Now, you can call him direct at 480-847-0701. This is a free service to you. It just makes sense. And it makes sense to speak to somebody that is not only local, but personable like you.
Wow,
I mean, you're a people person. Look at you. You are.
Look at that. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's about service. If you guys have a local agent, great. Just, there's a lot of ads on TV. There's a lot of 800 numbers to call and things like that. I just believe in talking to somebody local. Hopefully it's us, but I get it. There's a lot of agents out there. So, talk to somebody local, get that local expertise, and I think you'll be more satisfied that way.
Every day's a Medicare day. We have spoken about this for years.
Yeah, we
right?
have.
And it is. And so what do people do? They're turning 65. When should they call?
The short answer to that is any time, because first of all, you might have a question a year out from turning 65, or a month out, or a day out. But give us a call. We can help you plan for that. Sometimes people keep working and past 65. Obviously, these days, financially, you need to do that. And so you might be able to stay on your employer group insurance. But oftentimes Medicare might be a better deal for you than your employer group insurance. It just depends. So there's no obligation. When you call us, we're not going to try to push you into something. We want to educate you. We want to find out what's going on in your life now. Like if you're working and your employer's paying for all your insurance, great. But if they're not, it might be beneficial to look at Medicare.
Yeah, and when you do it though, make sure you do it a little bit in advance.
Yes.
Right, that's number one.
Yeah, I should have done the long answer to your question too. I did the short answer, but not the long answer. Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah. Call. Medicare starts really working on your file about 90 days before your 65th birthday. So call it. The time to actually take action, if you're going to do something, is about 90 days before 65.
Right, and find out what to do, because a lot of people try and do a lot of this online themselves.
Yeah.
Right, and you can do a lot of things online, but there's also a lot of information that you don't know. And what do I say all the time? You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know, yeah. And it's true, you can do the whole process for Medicare. You can sign up for your Medicare, you have to sign up for your Medicare with Social Security and Medicare Online. And we come in after that to help you plug those gaps in what Medicare might or might not cover. You can also do that insurance for an Advantage plan or a supplement online as well, but where we come in is educating you and helping you with that decision, because like you said, there's so many alphabets to the Medicare soup that it can be very daunting.
The other thing that we want you to do is to, when you have this consultation, first of all, it's free for
Yeah.
But also, a lot of people will ask their neighbors. They ask their
Of course.
neighbors. They'll even. It's going to be different. You have to understand that everybody's different.
Yeah. I'd be curious at how many plans were decided on the golf course. No,
That's
or at
pretty
lunch.
funny.
Because we get, our lives are busy. Everybody's busy, and we think about stuff, but we really want to get friends' opinions. Maybe you know some friends that are on Medicare already, and so you talk to them, of course, and things. And they're going to, of course, be on the best plan available,
Oh,
right?
God, yeah.
So-
I've heard people do it. This is
Yeah.
funny. I'll be sitting at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
This just happened.
Yeah.
And they're sitting, and of course, the seniors want to talk about their Medicare, their
Yeah.
Social Security. This is what's on
Yeah.
the top of the list to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And they're talking there about, plans. But this guy goes,
Yeah.
oh, you got to get on this plan. It's the best plan. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there, and I go, well, how do you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't really know, because this other person, they might have different health issues than
Yeah.
you.
And it
Starting
may-
with that.
Yeah, and it may have been a great plan for him or her, but based on financial and medical situations, it may not be the best for everybody, right?
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
in physical therapy for my wrist last year, and same thing. Two seniors are talking about best plans. They're both on something different, but it's the best plan since sliced bread.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
right.
So it's true. There's a good plan for you out there, but it may not be the same plan for your neighbor.
I would question this. How many people, it would be interesting to do a little survey
Yeah.
that live in the same house that are on different plans?
Well, a lot.
Probably
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
I don't have a number for that, but
But I guarantee you
yeah,
there's a lot.
We have a lot of spouses that are on different plans. We have a lot that are on the same plan, of course, too. But no, it definitely fits for different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for right now, this is an opportunity. There are people that have just got on new plans,
Mhm.
or maybe they find something that maybe there was a mistake, it wasn't the right plan. When people are right now having that opportunity to be able to change plan, talk about how that works real quick.
Yeah, so if you've got an election period that's available to you, you can change your plan still. And we need to talk to you first to find that out. Like I said, if your plan went away in December 31st of 2025, for instance, it's no longer available. We have election plan there. If you moved, there's lots of election periods, so just call us. I mean, it's hard to sort through. So yeah.
His phone number is 480-847-0701. This is a free service to you. It just makes sense. Please call somebody local. That's what you've talked about. And education, that's what you're all about, is getting educated on a very difficult subject. It really is.
Yeah, 100%.
Again, call him direct at 480-847-0701. He services the entire Southwest, and please leave a message. It's important for you to do. Again, it's 480-847-0701.
Woohoo! That was a little late.
I didn't do it. Yeah, well, yeah, after a while, you know what I mean? It just happened like that.
Just having fun. Shouldn't do something you're not having fun with.
Well, right? Yeah, and it's more obviously a little bit more relaxed also because he's done it so many times, and it's the subject too has a lot to talk about though too. Yeah. And I've learned so much.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
So, it's good stuff.
Well, thanks for letting me sit in.
Well, thank you.
Next time when I do this, we'll just get more targeted.
Do it even
I
more.
think so.
Yeah.
So, you love it.
We'll be in touch.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay, sounds
Good
good.
to see you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff though. There's a lot of, and I think, which we kind of alluded to, but I think, people that lost their plans. There are people that lost their plans this
How
year.
do you lose a plan?
Plan goes away. They just don't offer it for the next year.
Oh.
So some of the plans went away. They call it getting. They got sunsetted. They sunsetted the plan, and so it's like Ford not offering the car that you had last time, and you wanted to buy a new car.
Another one,
It's like, oh no, we don't offer that car anymore.
Yeah.
So
we're out of stock.
Yeah, forever. But some people didn't get the notice, right? We heard that an awful lot.
We want to talk about that?
And so they go in to fill their prescription or go to their doctor and find out
Let's talk
their
about
plan's
that.
expired, right?
Didn't get the notice. Okay?
Quote, yeah.
It's called didn't get the notice.
Yeah. Of their plan going away. But they do have an election period for those folks. That's pretty easy, but there are other election periods. So
Some people that don't know to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just stick with the same thing all the time.
Of course, yeah, and there's lots of good plans out there, and this is my opinion, not an official stance maybe, but there's not a bad plan. They all have to meet the requirements that the government, the CMS, Center for Medicare Services, have the guidelines, and they all are approved by CMS to meet a certain standard. So there's no bad plan, like somebody's gonna lose their house or something if they go to the doctor or hospital.
Right.
But each plan has its niche, right? And so there might be a plan that fits for somebody better, may save them a little more money, may give them a little better coverage for, if they have diabetes, might give them a little better coverage for that or something,
Have you found, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to their doctors to meet, let's say if they have a deductible or whatever, I don't even know.
Sure.
But that they, let's say, have a different prescription that may be costly and they can't have that a lot?
Oh yeah, especially this year.
So welcome back. I love talking
Yeah.
I love talking at the break, especially when we do these 30-minute ones. We're in between, we're talking to Facebook land. I'm always learning more and more. And with Medicare, literally every time you come on, I learn something more.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot to it, right? And we're pretty umbrella vague here on the radio because we can't get into the weeds with things because everybody's so different, right? Everybody's situation. But yeah, there's a lot to it, and I respect people that are making their decision on insurance and on Medicare because it can be a lot. To me, I've been doing it for so long; it's pretty simple, in my mind. But I'm constantly conscious of the decision-making process that people have to go through.
Because it's complicated.
It is.
The
It is.
government made it complicated. Are you surprised?
Not really, no. Well, and insurance in of itself is fairly complicated.
Mhm.
Like, I don't shop myself for car insurance. I have an insurance agent for car
Right,
insurance, right?
sure.
And it's because I don't know about car insurance.
Right, but here's
So-
what's really important. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
When you're calling somebody local, please do.
Yeah.
Because when you don't, and let's say, and I know there's commercials all over the place,
Yeah.
and especially on television when
Yep.
you're watching them, and you pick up the
Still
phone, you
going
wanna call.
on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're calling those 800 numbers. The thing about calling somebody local, is that you can have them, you can call anytime.
Yes.
And there are changes that happen to you that you have questions about. You can call Michael, and
Yeah.
and if you're not in his area, he has people
Yep.
that can help you too. Being in your area, local as well.
I think it's important, we do talk a lot about calling somebody local to make that decision and to get the education, and you've talked about it as well, and we have on past shows, but maybe not as much today, when you need follow-up conversations, right, after you sign up on something. Obviously, you have your carrier that you can call, that you go with an 800 number on your card, but it's nice to have that local agent in your corner that you can call and ask questions to that are basic, or they can help you maybe with a billing question or something like that, and just having that local agent's present also can be peace of mind, because insurance, again, goes back to being fairly complicated,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
His phone number to call is 480-847-0701. And he services the entire Southwest. It's free service to you.
Yeah.
Please call and leave a message. We talked also at the break about people that didn't get the notice of their claim going away, or the claim,
Their plan.
I'm sorry, I said
Yeah,
it
there,
wrong.
and I don't want to send shockwaves out across the community today, but there were plans that people were on for 2025 that got sunsetted, or they went away for 2026. Not a lot, but there were some out there. And so and we heard from a lot of people that they quote unquote didn't get the notice in the mail or whatever.
I didn't get
Yeah.
the notice. My dog ate it.
Yeah, it's okay, and you may find, if you were on one of those plans, that you go to pick up your prescriptions here in January, you go to your first doctor's appointment for the year, they're gonna say, hey, this plan's no longer active, or something like that. You have a chance to make a change and get on something else. There's a special election for you because you lost credible coverage. So that's another reason to give us a call. Check that out.
Again, his number is 480-847-0701. We talked about meds. We talked about how a lot of people are going to the doctors right now because they want to, meet their deductible right away, right? And you find out, well, maybe you're going to be on a different medication. Well, now you have to start all over by talking to find out is your plan cover that?
Is it covered at a decent rate? I mean, plans have what's called a formulary of drugs, which is the list of drugs that they cover at different rates, and there are usually tiers on those drugs. Tier 1 is maybe a generic. Tier 5 maybe one of those drugs you see on TV advertised. Yay, TV. And so they go up in price, obviously, and you may find they put you on something that maybe doesn't get covered, or it's covered at a very expensive rate. Whereas shopping that between two other insurance carriers, we may find that their formulary with another carrier gives you better coverage. And again, that all goes into that mix of doing the due diligence, right? So, and give us a call, because you might have an election period that would allow that change to be made.
Again, that phone number to call, it's 480-847-0701. You love what you do.
I do. It's a little bit of a detriment because my wife gets,
Tired.
left out on the AEP, but but no, I love it.
What you love is you help people.
Yes.
That's what you do.
I think it's important, and I let people know this a lot of times. I probably haven't told everybody, but we want to present the information, and we want to present your options, and we want to educate you on what those options might be, and what we are looking at is helping you with that. We're not trying to sell you something. Mm-hmm. You're in the driver's seat, and I tell people that. It's your decision. If you love the plan that you're on after we get through presenting everything to you, and that's the right plan, it feels right for you, stay on it. We don't have to move you. We don't need to. and there's still no cost. We don't charge clients to meet with them or anything like that. We get paid when somebody enrolls with us, but we still aren't pushing people to a plan. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but it's true.
You know what, I was just thinking something. There's a lot of people that live here and their family, they don't. They
Yeah.
live alone, and
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of times seniors
Mm-hmm.
like to just keep things as they are.
Yeah.
They don't like to make change,
Yeah.
right? And maybe they don't understand, so they don't even call just because of that. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Do you have that? I mean, I would think because there's so many people that do live here that they're all alone.
Families all over the country.
They're
Yeah.
all over the country, and you need help
Mhm.
with these things.
Yeah, we live in a transient society where you don't live necessarily where you grew up, right? You moved out of the house and stuff like that, and maybe your parents still live in the place where they
did grow up.
Where you were born or whatever. So yeah, we have a lot of clients that are here, and their families, in California or back east or wherever, and they need that local support. They need somebody
That's
to
what I'm
talk
talking
to.
about right
Yeah,
there.
and so that again is. I grew really passionate about this industry. You know my story, but it's just about helping those people that are vulnerable. And I think anybody can be vulnerable at any time. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do with our experiences and our knowledge of that item or product or whatever. And so we want to take that vulnerability out of Medicare, and that's through education, I feel. And that's really the bottom line.
His phone number is 480-847-0701. He services the entire Southwest. It's a free service to you. Please just leave a message.
Yeah, give us a call.
And the other thing is, you mentioned your story.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a great story, and I think you should tell it to, even though you might have told it before a few times, it's okay.
A few times, yeah. We've talked about it a few times.
But that's okay, because what it
Yeah.
does, it tells about you.
Yeah.
And this is what's really cool, and what I love is that on this show, you
Yeah.
get to do that with your voice and let them hear the kind of person
Yeah.
you are. You tell it.
Yeah, so, I started out in this industry in Medicare. I've done insurance for a long time. I had a payroll company, and we did insurance for groups and things, which is really boring because you're talking to large groups of people. Anyway, I got into Medicare, and my very, very first appointment, this was in July of the year that I started, I went to a woman's house, and she was 93 years old and hated Medicare, hated the government, hated doctors. And, I knew it was an uphill battle going in there, but I wanted to talk to her and educate her on her options. She was just on original Medicare, and I did just that. I talked to her, I gave her options. At the end of our conversation, she said, "Michael, do I have to do anything?" And I said, "No, as long as you understand you're still going to get penalized for your Part D premiums and things that you're not taking or doing and stuff like that." And she said, "Okay, I'm good with that," and that was in July. That AEP, which is October through December, she called me back and asked me if she needed to do anything, and I said, "No, you absolutely don't." So basically, that first appointment that I ever had in this industry, nobody enrolled with me. I made no money.
And you knew you loved it right there.
I spent money on gas to go talk to her,
Yeah.
but I loved it. I fell in love with it, and it's just for that reason. It's because people are in the driver's seat. They can make their own decision as long as somebody's educating you and not pressuring you, and that's the important part. And you know what? We're able to pay our bills. We don't have to enroll everybody, and that's the beauty of this industry, is that we're not driven by money. We're driven by helping people.
I love that you are so passionate about that, about educating the public,
Yeah.
about your clients, and this is the reason why you want to talk. You really truly are a people person.
We try.
Yeah.
Got to smile,
Woo-hoo!
right? Gotta
I
smile.
love it.
Woohoo!
Now, you can call him direct. His phone number is 480-847-0701. He does service the entire Southwest. When you call, you might get Michael. You might have to leave a message. Leave a message.
Yes.
That's something you got to do. And the next thing I'm going to do is just give out that number and give him a call. It is a free service to you. Again, that number is 480-847-0701. Woo-hoo!
Woohoo! Talk to you soon.